What if the most creative people aren't the ones with the most ideas, but the ones with the clearest attention? What if the greatest art isn't created in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments no one sees? Here are 30 soul-stirring lessons from this quiet but powerful book, The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. A guide to tuning your frequency to life itself, so that creating becomes not what you do, but how you exist. 1. You are a receiver, not a generator. Creativity flows through you, not from you. Your role is to become open, like an antenna. Stop trying to push brilliance out of yourself. Instead, become available. Genius doesn't knock, it whispers. Your stillness is the invitation. 2. Art begins with awareness. Your ability to notice shapes your ability to make. A creative life starts with paying attention. What textures move you? What silences speak? Noticing is already an act of making. 3. The process is the product. If you're only chasing the final result, you miss the richness of the journey. The true reward of creativity is how it transforms you in the making. Forget the outcome. Focus on who you become while creating. The act of making is the masterpiece. 4. Great work comes from stillness. Noise distracts, silence reveals. In a loud world, your inner quiet is a superpower. Stillness isn't passive, it's powerful. It lets the deeper ideas rise. 5. Make without aiming to impress. Trying to impress leads to imitation. Real art is rooted in truth, not applause. The moment you create for validation, you lose your voice. Create as if no one's watching, because that's when your soul speaks. 6. Constraints create freedom. Boundaries sharpen your creativity. Limitations sharpen vision. When you remove excess options, depth and clarity rise. When you have too many choices, you get overwhelmed. Limiting your tools forces depth and focus. Less can do more. 7. Quantity leads to quality. Don't wait for brilliance. Make lots of bad stuff. Don't wait for the perfect idea. Creative gold hides inside repetition. Keep making, failing, exploring, and the breakthrough will emerge. 8. Doubt is part of the path. If you feel unsure, you're not broken, you're creating. Self-doubt doesn't mean you're failing, it means you care. Doubt is a sign you're stretching into new territory. 9. Perfection is the enemy of possibility. Perfect doesn't exist, honest does. The more you try to polish your work into perfection, the less life it holds. Let your edges breathe. 10. Follow the energy. If it feels dead, it probably is. If it feels forced, it probably is. Trust the projects that feel alive. Some projects feel forced. Others feel electric. Trust the pulse. Where there's life, there's truth. Trust the projects that feel alive. They're leading you somewhere true. 11. Detach from results. Create, then let go. Once your work leaves you, it's no longer yours. Obsessing over how it lands strangles your freedom. Make it. Release it. Move on. 12. Art is translation. You're giving form to the formless. You turn the invisible into form. Every great creation started as a feeling, a glimpse. Your job is to shape what can't be seen into something we can feel. 13. Practice sacred repetition. Creativity is a ritual. Routine builds trust with the muse. Even on uninspired days, create anyway. Waiting for inspiration is risky. Showing up daily is how you build a creative life that lasts. Even when it feels dull, create anyway. 14. Taste comes before talent. You can feel what's good before you know how to make it. The frustration you feel when your work doesn't match your taste, that's a good sign. That's your taste guiding your growth. It means your taste is strong. Now grow into it. 15. Originality is overrated. Everything comes from somewhere. Don't obsess over being unique. Obsess over being true. Your voice is original the moment you stop copying and start connecting. Don't chase what's new, chase what's honest. That's what makes it yours. 16. Resistance reveals the edge. What scares you is often what matters most. When you feel blocked or nervous, you've likely hit something meaningful. That discomfort? It's a doorway. Walk through it. 17. Simplicity is powerful. Strip it back to what matters. Let it breathe. Complexity can hide insecurity. Complexity doesn't impress, it confuses. The most powerful creations are often the most brave. The boldest work is often the barest. 18. Art makes the invisible visible. You help others see what they feel. When you express what others only feel, you build connection, clarity, and courage. Your honesty and work becomes their mirror. People recognize themselves in it. That's why your honest expression matters more than perfection. 19. Let boredom be fertile. Empty space isn't a problem, it's a portal. Don't rush to fill the quiet. That's where new ideas form. Creation needs breathing room. Let new ideas find you there. 20. Start before you're ready. Waiting is just a delay tactic. Action creates readiness. Don't wait to feel inspired. Begin. The act of starting opens the door to flow. Begin and clarity follows. 21. Curate your inputs. What you consume, you reflect. Your environment sculpts your thoughts. Protect your space. Be intentional with what you let in. Choose your influences wisely. 22. Mistakes are messages. They point to what's next. Errors aren't failures, they're feedback loops. What goes wrong often shows you what's real. Listen and adjust. 23. No one sees what you see. Your perspective is your gift. You might think your idea is obvious, but to someone else, it's gold. Trust the lens you look through. 24. Stay the beginner. Curiosity keeps you alive. It also keeps your edge sharp. Expertise can become a cage. Beginner's mind? That's freedom. Never stop learning. 25. Let go of good. Don't judge too soon. When you create with one eye on the outcome, you lose presence. Stay with the making. The meaning comes later. 26. Inspiration follows commitment. Not the other way around. Show up even when uninspired. Action builds momentum. The muse rewards consistency. 27. The artist is the conduit, not the hero. It's not about you, it's about what moves through you. When you stop performing and start channeling, your work gets deeper. You become a vessel, not a performer. 28. Creativity is your nature. You were born with this. Every child is creative. You didn't lose it, you just stopped using it. Reclaim what's already yours. You were made for this. 29. Trust your taste, not the trend. Trends are tempting. What's popular fades. What's true endures. But your taste? That's where timeless work lives. Listen inward. Your taste knows what resonates. Follow it. 30. The real art is how you live. Every moment is a stroke. Every choice is a note. Creativity isn't about having a studio or title. It's about showing up to life as an artist, aware, awake, and willing to express. Make your life the masterpiece. So remember this. You don't need more talent, you need more trust. Trust your attention, your inner frequency, your strange, sacred way of seeing. Let creativity become your way of being, and your life becomes your most honest work of art. your favorite lesson in the comments, and commit to trying one out in real life. Smart lessons from great books for great minds. If you enjoyed this bite, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep feeding your brain, one book at a time, right here on Brain Book Bites.